In order for us to present our best self, we really have to focus on what it is that we are doing and what we're not doing. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about some of the micro habits that I have incorporated into my lifestyle that have changed my life. So we're going to jump right into the list. Hello queens, if you are new here, I am ChimereNicole, and today we're going to be discussing some micro habits that I have incorporated to really transform my life over this last few years. And I think that these may be some things that I think you can also incorporate into your life in some way that you will be able to benefit from as well. So we are going to jump right into the list. So the first micro habit that I learned to incorporate, and yes, at this big old age, I still had to learn to incorporate this, and it's really the first thing that I do in the morning is to make my bed. Now I do this for a few reasons. Now clearly it's just because you want to have a nice room when you come home for a long day, and it's nothing like walking to your bedroom and there's like no clutter and it's your sanctuary. For me, my bedroom is my sanctuary, and that's where I get my peace and all of that. So to walk into a messy room, for me, it's just like my brain is already scrambled from everything that I was doing throughout the day, so I don't want to come into a scrambled rooms, right? So it helps me to center myself. Additionally, making my bed every morning helps me to build up consistency. So I have an issue with being consistent with things that I do not want to do. It's really easy for you to be consistent with something that you are tangibly getting some type of reward from. But if you're not really getting a reward for making your bed and nobody knows that you didn't make your bed, like it's like your little dirty little secret, you don't really necessarily want to do it. So I'm trying to learn to be disciplined in the things that benefit me and that people can see, and then the things that people may or may not be able to see. So it really does help me be consistent, and actually it helps me to kind of jumpstart my day because I know that I'm doing something that I can benefit from later. So making my bed every morning, making all 25 pillows, putting them on the bed, making sure that the bed is neat, making sure that I don't have any laundry, even me like picking on clothes and trying to figure out what I want to wear. I made sure that I put all of that stuff away so that when I leave my bedroom, it doesn't look like a mess. So that is one of the micro habits that I have learned to incorporate consistently over the last few years that have really helped me not only to change my bad habits, but also to help me change my mindset and to really shift my mindset to help create the best mood possible. Now I know that this second one is going to go without saying, but the second micro habit that I've learned to incorporate is for me to move at a minimum of 30 minutes a day. We know that moving and exercise of any form is really great for our health, but I think a lot of times people don't think about the mental clarity and the mental health aspect of exercise and what it does. Of course, when you're exercising, you're releasing those endorphins, you're releasing those endorphins. It's really helping you get that clarity. It's lowering your cortisol for us ladies. So cortisol is really one of those hormones that helps us, or that aids in us having that extra layer of fat around our stomach. So lowering your cortisol, you can get snatched. Of course, all of the benefits that we always see. There's so many benefits of moving every day. Moving every day also helps with your consistency. Now again, you're probably going to see this for me as a theme, because again, that's one of the things that I am personally working on towards, just really maintaining and being strict with, is being consistent, because being consistent shows up for everyone differently, and I want to make sure that I'm showing up for myself in multiple areas of my life. So that's just a little tip, but definitely moving for at least 30 minutes a day. Now sometimes there are going to be days where you just don't have time, or you don't factor it into your schedule, but I've tried to find a workaround for that for myself. I do have a dog, Coco Chanel. And if I cannot go to the physical gym, or I don't have access to a gym or something like that, maybe I'm traveling, walking around or finding the steps, parking farther away at the grocery store, you will be very surprised, especially for you ladies or gentlemen who are counting your steps per day. Doing these little small micro habits, like I said, parking further away when you're at the grocery store, at any restaurant or something like that, all of these things add up, and you realize, even with you, like I said, walking the dog or taking a stroll in your neighborhood, if you even have like a good podcast on, you have some music on, especially a really good, like for me, a good soca or Afro beats playlist, I done walked 4 or 5 miles, didn't even think about it, because I'm doing this the whole time. So moving for 30 minutes a day is critical. And if you can't really move, try to like find a mat or something in the house and do some stretching. That's also something I'm working on, just try to maintain my flexibility. Stretch for a few minutes, walk up and down the steps. There's so many options that we have, but I guarantee you, if you incorporate moving for at minimum 30 minutes a day, you are going to see so many benefits: physical, mental, and sometimes spiritual. Another micro habit that I have, and if you guys are new to this channel, you may not know, some of my previous videos, I talk about beauty, fashion, lifestyle, because that's what I do here. But I am a self-imposed perfume connoisseur, so I'm trying to really up my perfume collection. And with that, one of my micro habits has been to wear perfume every single day. For me, that it's done so much for me. One, I get a chance to use all the stuff that I'm buying and not just have it sit on my shelf and look like little mini trophies. But it really, perfume for me really like sets the mood. So, you know, we have those gourmands and those chocolate and vanillas and them sensual smells, but then you have those bright and floral smells that you kind of see, you know, in the spring. And then you have those sultry smells. Like, it really sets the mood and it sets the tone for me. And I think for me, again, I want to be able to utilize the perfume that I spent money on, but I also like that it is indicative of me setting my mood for myself. So I really have learned to put on some perfume every single day. And even on those days where I don't necessarily go anywhere, like maybe I'm going to the gym and I know I'm going to come home and maybe work from home or something like that, I'll still put on perfume. Now, if I'm going to the gym, I don't put on, you know, flower bomb or anything like that. I don't put anything that's going to be too aggressive, especially because I like to look ugly in the gym and I don't want nobody talking to me. But I'll even use, I have this roll-on like body oil that I like to use, and it's a really clean, fresh scent, almost like a linen or taking your clothes out of the dryer. It just smells really clean and fresh, and I love that for the gym because I do, again, want to get in that habit of making sure I'm utilizing my perfume, but I also want to smell good because I'm about to go and start sweating. So I definitely think that wearing perfume for me has just had so many benefits, and it also just really helps me to tap into that feminine side of myself, especially, like I said, on them days where you may not necessarily feel your best and you may be in a mood, you may be, you know, feeling maybe anxious, or you like suffering from some type of anxiety or depression or whatever you may be, whatever your mood is at that time. When you are in the habit of putting on perfume and it starts to shift your mood, it makes you start to feel good about yourself. And then you may want to get off the couch and, you know, go for a walk, or you may want to get off the couch and, you know, get dressed for the day, or, you know, go to the mall or something along those lines. But me putting on perfume, it just really helps to set my mindset, and it really just, again, helps me to tap into that feminine side of myself. And also, depending on what I spray on, I may go from, you know, mother of two to a baddie. You know, you never know. So micro tip number 4 is something that I am still kind of struggling with, if I'm being honest with myself, but I see the benefits of it, and so I still do try very, very hard to incorporate this into my day-to-day, and that is to declutter your space. Now, I'm going to give you a tip that I've used in the past and I continue to use that has helped me to declutter. I am one of those people, as I said to you guys earlier, I'm a collector. So I have makeup and I have hair and I have, you know, all of the things, right? But one of the things I had to start to do is I didn't want to, like, someone come into my room and see like all these clothes that I'm not wearing, or they're too small, they're too big, or whatever. And so I have a system that I created, and it's similar to something that we've already seen online, where they have that hanger, and it's like you put all the clothes at the beginning of the year, you put the hangers facing one way, and if you see any hanger that has not been moved all year, whatever is on that hanger has to be thrown out. So it's something similar to that. So for me, I still do use that method, but I also incorporated, if I buy something, whether that is shoes, not a purse, if it's shoes, if it is, you know, a dress, especially for me, if it's a gown, anything of that nature, something in my wardrobe has to go. It has to. I'm not buying a new house anytime soon. I'm not getting a special closet coming out of anywhere, and there's no way that I can hold on to all of these things. So this has helped me in multiple ways. One, it helps me to control my spending, but it also helps me to declutter. If I need to make room for something, it's going to help me to declutter my office or declutter my closet in order for me to get the things that I need. But again, when you start to go into that concept of removing things, you start seeing some things. Oh, this can go too, because I know I want to go shopping. So this can go too, this can go too, this can go too. But decluttering your space is really going to help with your mental clarity. As I said to you guys earlier, there is nothing better than coming home and not having toys. I have children, toys and book bags and clothes and jackets and all that type of stuff all over the house. There is something about having a clean space and lighting a candle after you clean it that just does something to your mental clarity. And so for me, decluttering has been pivotal, again, to creating the mood that I want to set in my home. Tip number 5, which is a micro habit that I've also incorporated, has been for me to wake up about 30, I want to say on a good day 30 minutes, but typically waking up about 20 to 30 minutes earlier in the morning. As I said to you guys earlier, I do have quite a bit of a busy schedule. I am a mother of 2, and typically on days where I don't do this, I'm waking up and I'm right into mommy mode. Depending on what I have going on, I might be right into, you know, business owner mode, right? And so waking up 30 minutes prior to my day officially starting helps to set my mood. It gives me a better mental space. It helps me to adjust to the things I need to do for the day, and it just really puts me in a place where I'm not operating on adrenaline and trying to make sure that everything is on time and on schedule. I can really start my day off in a serene and peaceful place, especially if I didn't sleep too well that night. It just gives me that time to kind of get in touch with my emotions and get in touch with how I'm feeling. Maybe I worked out too hard, my legs are hurting, something along those lines. But that extra 20-30 minutes in the morning of just peace and quiet and stillness, as a mom, it is pivotal for me. So even if you're not a mom, maybe you're a business owner, whatever, just waking up and just having 30 minutes of not having to do anything. That does not mean scrolling on social media. It doesn't mean, you know, checking emails. I'm literally doing none of that. The only thing that I may do is journal throughout this time, and I'm literally just sitting down. I've made my coffee, and I'm just at peace, and I'm centered with myself. I'm tuning into my emotions. I'm tuning in and thinking about what I would like to accomplish for the day. I'm putting myself first. And again, in the role, in the capacity that I operate in, that is often very hard to do. So that extra, you know, 20-30 minutes in the morning, it has shifted my mindset, and it has really allowed me to prioritize what I need to prioritize throughout the day. So that is another micro habit that I incorporated. I think that you can also benefit from. And the last micro habit that I want to share with you guys kind of piggybacks on what we discussed in terms of me in my 30 minutes in the morning of just peace and stillness. Typically when I do start my day after, you know, my peace and quiet, the micro habit that I've now learned to incorporate is that if I am scrolling on social media, I have now put alerts and monitors essentially on my phone that tell me how long I've been on my phone, how long I've been on social media per app, right? And so this again helps me to not mindlessly scroll for 10-15 minutes. And you guys know how we do. You'll be sitting there chilling, and maybe you got some snacks or something like that, and you scrolling, and then you don't realize that maybe 30-40 minutes went by, and you said that there was something that you wanted to dedicate your time to, and you didn't do it. And then you realize how much time you have wasted. And this was so true for me. I was wasting so much time, even though clearly I work on social media. I realized that I was spending way too much time doing things that did not benefit me and the goals that I was trying to achieve. So micro tip that I have for you guys is to monitor your social media, monitor what you are listening to, what you are reading, and what you are watching. It has been pivotal in some of my successes because I have been able to detach from social media, or detach from, you know, some of the habits that I had in terms of just mindlessly scrolling and idly doing certain things. It just helps me to be mindful of what I'm doing, what I'm giving my time and attention to, and refocusing that attention on the things that matter to me. Thank you so much for listening to my micro habits that I truly believe have been pivotal in some of my many successes. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and if any of these micro habits can be beneficial to you, let me know in the comment section, or even if there's something that I've missed that has been instrumental in your life that you think I may be able to benefit, or anyone here on the video who is watching, please feel free to leave that in the video comment section below. I am definitely going to read that, and also anyone else who watches. If you have not done so already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next video.